Good day to everyone. I'm Weiqi, representative from Group 1 Section 2A. Today, our group would like to present our case study, which is the Yawata city in Japan, where Yawata city faced major problems regarding their network infrastructure and availability of their system. So our team is made out of 3 people, where we have Cheng as our team leader, Ji, and me, Weiqi. So for introduction, let's talk more about the Yawata city in Japan, where the Yawata city, located at Kyoto Prefecture, known for its historical, culture, and beautiful natural surrounding in Japan. So according to the population of the cities in September 2011, Yawata city had reached 31,183 households. So next, in this slide, we're able to see that the Yawata city government's official website, where it consists of many important information about the city, such as the latest information about the COVID cases, traffic information, the application information, and the citizen of Yawata city can serve all the information of the city and apply for any application through the website. However, due to the large population of the Yawata city, the government of Yawata city concerned with their regional intranet, which known as the Yawata intranet. That was the core infrastructure supporting the day-to-day administrative operation to the public, as the system currently is aged and saturated. Therefore, the government of Yawata city decided to migrate their system to the new one. So this is where the Fujitsu company came in and provide them with a solution. So Fujitsu company is a company that provides the digital transformation services to the public, where the Fujitsu company involved in many fields to help their customer to build up a brand new system for an organization or migrate their old system to the latest technology. So not only that, Fujitsu company also introduced their hardware and software to the client, where the Fujitsu own many series of equipment. So Fujitsu company able to provide the most suitable network infrastructure from the back end till the front end engineering to meet the client expectation and requirement.
Issue of the case study. Population increased rapidly. The current network infrastructure owned by the government of Yawata has been saturated, where its regional intranet infrastructure, also known as Yawata intranet, that had been applied since 2002 by the government of Yawata, has come to the time for the replacement. This is due to the Yawata intranet support day-to-day operation of the city, which includes roadway, email system, and it functioned as a core IT service that members of public can rely on their daily basis. As the community of Yawata city increased, the government of Yawata city strives to maintain the Yawata intranet service to the public, even though much effort has been taken by the government, such as adding a new server from year to year in order to bring up the performance and availability of the Yawata website to the public, but yet there aren't any efficient changes. However, due to the increased number of servers per year, this has led to a huge power consumption required for the server room in the government building. In order to cut down the hardware expenses, staff of the Yawata city had been forced to run several applications on one physical server. This influenced the performance of the neighbor application when one needs to be modified. When a server is down, recovery taking time and affect the wide area of system. The server room in sufficient space for extra server to improve the Yawata intranet.
Good day to Madam, I'm Ji. The solution for the case study is that the government of Yawata city will implement the virtualization servers and consolidation solution, which is implementation of Microsoft Hyper-V virtualization on Fujitsu primary servers. This can cut off the number of physical servers since it will run in the virtualization. Hence, it can save a lot of expenses, for example, the manpower and the maintenance fee. It has the capability to provide more servers in the future, not causing the local space problem, because it only needs a single physical servers and it can run multiple virtualization servers. Each virtual machine focuses on its own job. In the situation before, the government of Yawata city have been forced to run multiple systems in a single server, where this is not efficiency and not suitable. As when one of the systems needs to be updated, it will influence the other system on the same server. Hence, implementation of the virtualization server will help to increase the efficiency, where when updating one of the servers, it will not influence the other servers. Next, since the physical servers have been reduced, the power consumption also can be reduced. To implement the new technology, the government of Yawata City have do a request for proposal (RFP) and carry out a competitive bid. And inside the RFP, it states that it must have the technical capabilities, cost efficient, IT vendors that cooperate with Microsoft Gold certified, and it must have a professional in Hyper-V implementation. And finally, the Fujitsu have won the competitive bid, and it has provided a detailed and appealing document to the government of Yawata City. It also provides on-the-job training for the IT staff of government of Yawata City.
Implementation and configuration of the solution. The implementation of the solution is that Fujitsu uses the new intranet system consisting of Fujitsu Primagy RX300 S6 servers and Fujitsu Eternus DX60 disk storage. This is to reduce the number of physical servers currently operating. As the large user population in Yawata City causes the previous server's capacity to be saturated. Therefore, by replacing them with Fujitsu Primagy RX300 S6 servers and Fujitsu Eternus DX60 disk storage, they were able to expand more capacity to allow Yawata citizens to serve. With Fujitsu Primagy RX300 S6 servers and Fujitsu Eternus DX60 disk storage, it will not affect other applications if required any update or changes. Other than that, Microsoft Hyper-V was then implemented on top of the proven hardware infrastructure. For the host operating system, the Yawata City select Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 Enterprise Edition. Currently, there are 4 physical hosts operating. Each of them will operate 3 virtual machines with the Hyper-V live migration features. Not only that, to ensure Yawata City virtual machines stay online and operate well, the new system design incorporates automation capabilities. This is due to if one physical server fails, the virtual workload will keep running on the 40 hosts and can be automatically distributed to and restart on another healthy server. This will prevent the whole system of Yawata City down, which will cause a huge loss of Yawata City. Besides that, it can improve the system availability. Not only that, this can also help Yawata City minimize costs by fully utilizing the operating system integrated free license for virtual instance. To ensure all network traffic in the server runs smoothly, Fujitsu company will regularly reboot our physical server every weekend. Moreover, with the new configuration in the intranet infrastructure of Yawata City, programmers from the IT department can seamlessly move running virtual machines from one physical host to another without causing any service disruption prior to the reboot process. This greatly helps Yawata City increase the productivity and minimize the impact of the user.
For features on the new devices and their improvement, in this slide, Fujitsu company uses RX300 S6 server under Primagy series and DX60 disk storage under Eternal series as the new hardware for the network infrastructure. Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 Hyper-V and Microsoft System Central Virtual Machine Manager 2008 R2 as the software of the Yawata website. The spec of the RX300 S6 server uses Intel Xeon processor E5620 is the processor that supports the virtualization technology and virtualization directed input-output. So the memory type support is DDR3 ECC, which is the industrial standard memory module, and it supports up to 18 memory slot, and each memory slot capacity support up to 192 GB. So it provides 5 fans which help to reduce the temperature of the server in order to allow the server to run smoothly. Well, for the DX60 disk storage, have the maximum storage capacity up to 480 TB and a maximum of 128 hosts. So it able to support 24 SAS and nearline SAS disk drive with 6 GB per second of serial attached SCSI. So it also support in thin provisioning. So next, the improvement of these devices is the composed of RX300S6 server and DX60 disk storage makes the system to robust enough for the deployment in the city. So the implementation of the Hyper-V live migration enable one physical host to run multiple virtual machines. Hence, it provides redundancy where if one of the server fails, the virtual workload we're running on it will be assigned to another normal server. So the Hyper-V live migration provides the system availability where it will not interrupt other application or server if undergoing any maintenance. So indirectly, government of Yawata City can reduce the cost by utilizing the operating system integration free license for the virtual instances. So not only that, the implementation of Hyper-V live migration enabled the IT staff of Yawata City to switch virtual machine from one physical server to another without any interruption. Therefore, the implementation of the Hyper-V live migration raises the productivity and lower the impact on the user. And by having this system, it will cut down the number of physical server by 2/3, by indirectly free up the required spaces in the server room. And lastly, with implementation of Hyper-V live migration has significantly reduced the power consumption.
There are some advantages of the new devices or the improvement. First, for Fujitsu Primergy RX300X6 servers, it provides enterprise-ready stability and robustness for use in virtualized environments. It means that it has ready to use for large capacity users. Next, it also supports various types of operating systems. In case Yawata City are using the Windows operating system now, they may use the Linux operating system in the future. Besides that, Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 Hyper-V provides isolation between virtual machines, which means that when one of the virtual machines are updating, it will not infect another virtual machines, so it can raise the efficiency of the system. Furthermore, for Fujitsu Eternus DX60 disk storage, it has 2 GB of cache in high availability dual controller configuration and with a maximum of 24 disk drive. It also supports thin provisioning, which supports the cooling of the servers. On the other hand, it still has the disadvantages of the new devices or the improvement. First, the virtual environment requires professional technical staff to operate it. This will be time-consuming since the staff of the government of Yawata City is not familiar with the new technology. They need time to familiar with it. And next, Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 Hyper-V, it does not support application monitoring, where application monitoring will run the data collection process and it will react to the issue when it found. Next, it does not support private virtual local area network (PVLAN). And last, not every hardware can compatible with it, which means that some of the functions may be limited. Throughout the case study, we can relate some topics to this case study, which is Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 7. For Chapter 1, Introduction to Servers, server involve our list server, database server, management server, and backup server. For the list server, it provides a one-way list that delivers the announcement and the news, where citizens can find the latest announcement in the website, or they also can use the website to search some information about other departments. Next is database server. Database server is important to save the data of the citizen or the building or others information. Other than that is management server. Management server used to store, supply, and manage the configuration information. All the configuration of the server will be stored in this server. And the configuration is important so that the system are able to run. Last is backup server. Backup server will be function when one of the main server has been failed or broke up. It will replace its jobs so that the system can remain the function. From the case study, we know that http www.city.yawata.kyoto.jp is the link for the Kyoto official website. And we know that .jp is top-level domain, .kyoto is second-level domain, .yawata is subdomain, .city is also a subdomain, www is host. And the whole address is a partially qualified domain name, PQDN, where it starts from the node but didn't reach to the root. We know that it is PQDN because beside the .jp does not have the dot. For the fully qualified domain name, it should be .jp. Last is chapter 7, Distributed File System DFS. Remote differential compression RDC work in DFS detect the differences of a new files and current file and upload only the changed part. For example, when one of the citizens wants to update his information, he will change the phone numbers. And when he uploads the files to the system will detect where have been changed. And it will only upload the changed part, which is the phone number part. So this can reduce the duplicated file and save the space of the servers.
Lastly, the conclusion. As a recommendation, we suggest that Yawata City should maintain a good cooperative relationship with Fujitsu for future technical exchange. Besides that, backup electricity for the whole building is required to ensure the operation of each server. This is to prevent the power outage that may happen due to the disaster. Lastly, the Yawata City should backup at all the data every 24 hours to avoid the data loss. This case study applies the migration from the previous system to the new system. The previous system required a lot of servers due to the overwhelming population in Yawata City from Japan. From here, Fujitsu company proposed a new network infrastructure to Yawata to improve the current situation where Fujitsu proposed a virtualization server. The virtualization server helps Yawata City to reduce the number of physical servers and electricity needed. This allows all servers to run the system independently. Not only that, in the virtual machine, Fujitsu also adopts new technology which is Hyper-V virtualization. This technology allows the virtualization of hardware component and operating system. This helps in managing the whole intranet infrastructure in the city of Yawata, as managing and controlling virtual machine is much easier than managing and controlling a physical server. There are few terms that Yawata City need to be considered. First is the fault management, where the disaster management of Yawata City need to be upgraded. This is to avoid the repetition of loss that happened in the earthquake and tsunami in 2011. Second is accounting management. The power consumption for the increasing physical server is higher than using the virtualization server. Virtualization server using less physical server, and this can reduce the power consumption. That's all from our group. Hope you like it and have a good day. Thank you.